Hi guys, my name is Jena Marino and welcome to an RSOM exclusive. I'm here with Natalie Nish and we're here to chat all about her career, her songwriting career, as well as chatting about an exclusive single, her very first single, which is really exciting.
Yay.
How are you?
Good.
That's good. So you grew up in the country, so what was it like being in country life as opposed to living here in the city?
Not too much different, like it was quite suburban country life, but I think the view of the music industry is very different. Growing up in Gippsland, you just sort of think you'll get into the music industry if you get discovered, like on a talent show or something. That's kind of it. You don't really think about actually trying to do things on your own. So like writing and performing and all that kind of stuff. So,
And when did you move to Melbourne?
2010. So I went to go study at JMC Academy in South Melbourne.
What did you study?
Oh, music.
Just music?
Cool. Yeah, so their performance course that they had, I think they've changed it a little bit now, but it was basically the same. So lots of gigs and rehearsals and networking with all the other musicians.
And how did you find that? Like, did you feel like it benefited you as a songwriter?
I think it really opened my eyes a lot to, I think the fact that so many of my fellow students were already performing on their own, that was I think a shock for me, but it was really exciting and encouraging, and just sort of learning through, because all of your teachers at JMC are mentors, they already work in the industry anyway, and so sort of getting that encouragement of how to do things on your own. You don't have to wait for someone else to maybe find you singing in the shower. You can actually write your own music and get out there and perform on your own, and it's not as scary as it seems when you're young. So
and I guess because you're with a group of people that are going through the same thing as you know, you have that support and you have that network.
Definitely.
That's cool. So growing up, were you always singing?
Yeah, definitely. I used to sing anything that I heard. Mum said that there was a road rage incident, the windows down, and apparently someone yelled some swearing across the town, and I heard it and thought it was fun, and apparently little 3-year-old me was singing in the back of the car with swearing. Or little ads on TV. I just sing anything. Sang in church actually a lot as well. So from about 7, learned how to hold a microphone.
And when did songwriting start, at JMC, or were you songwriting before you moved?
Yeah, I was writing probably as a teenager, more ambitious, just sort of dreaming about the future and not really knowing how to write anything. There were 1 or 2 moments where I just had something that was really inspiring, and so I wanted to write about that, and that really made me want to pursue JMC or study music in the city. But it's still taken me, I think, a really long time. It wasn't really till I finished my bachelor, got that out of the way, that I think I started to really write, sit down and choose to write things and bring out all of my little scrap pieces and try to put things together.
Because songwriting is a really nerve-wracking thing, I find. Me personally, I'm not writing anymore because that's just, for me, it's a confidence thing. So how do you get over that mental barrier, I guess, and put something to paper?
If you just immerse yourself a lot in what you're listening to and you sort of take notes from the songs that inspire you, and add to that, that's really important. I really like lyrics, so that's my strong point, and I always try to challenge myself. I know that I can do better, so I'm gonna keep trying. The bigger challenge for me, I think, is the music, really trying to make things a bit more interesting than just your basic chords that are in, your normal pop songs and everything.
What is the single about? What's the single called?
Okay, so the single is called I'll Leave You With This. And it's like a letter. I think a lot of songs are like letters anyway. And it's just about a relationship breakdown, as most songs are. But this one focuses a bit more on an abusive relationship. So I think there are elements of the song that I think anyone can relate to, missing someone and having all of the questions about that relationship. But this really, I think, sort of just came out and just went straight on the paper, and I just thought I really need to run with this and make it work. And I think it's an important story to tell. I think it's a story that people are going to have an opinion on, but I sort of realised whether or not people believe the story won't actually change the fact that it happened.
No.
And so I thought, well, this is, I think, my way of trying to be strong on the other side of it and tell my story. And I think like you don't want to be like a victim and have that victim mindset. And I think the best way to sort of move past that is to really just be open about it, be honest, and talk about what happened. Not really with any intention to ridicule another person or put someone else down, but I think just to be honest about my side and what happened for me. And hopefully it goes well for other people. Like maybe it can be a voice for other people. Like I think probably 4 or 5 months now I've been going back and forth. Like, should I do anything about this? Is it just personal? Is it being inappropriate by putting out something that people might consider dirty laundry? But I just thought nothing really changes the fact that that's my story. I know I'm being honest, and I think it sort of helps me as well. It's part of my own healing process to express. And you know, I've got friends and family that I've shared it with, and they've supported it, and I think that's good enough for me.
That's it. Yeah. You know, where anyone can interpret a song however they want it to.
Yeah.
As long as you're true to yourself, it doesn't really matter what people think, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to be presenting the song. This is your first song. Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah, really, I'm excited. Josh is a really talented guitarist, and he's come up with some sort of different arrangement with the chords. So I think he's added in some sevenths in a lot of areas, and we'll just change the vibe of the song for this performance, which I think is really cool. So you kind of get to have 2 versions of the song as well, not just the recording and that's it.
Awesome. And I guess, do you have any plans? Like, what's coming up after this? What's next?
Yeah, I've got a couple of things coming up. I'm working with some musicians later in about 8 weeks' time, I think. So that'll be really exciting. I'm not sure if I should say who just yet, just in case it doesn't work out. But no, I'm really excited. I'm going to Sydney to work with some musos that I really admire, and they're going to help, I think, take another one of my songs and just bring out the best in it. And yeah, and just see where that goes. I think it's really good to get those little relationships in the industry and with other musicians. You know, so you've got that support, and yeah, you can give and take with each other, and it's really exciting.
And especially because being in Melbourne, like Melbourne is the capital of music.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
I do.
Yeah.
I think Melbourne's got so much to offer. I think it's a pretty city.
Well, thanks Natalie for having us. And this is Natalie Nish with I'll Leave You With This.
You gave me no safe place, no guarantee, and that wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough for me. Your song is a victim song, and you're crying it alone. But I would have stayed, darling, if you could have changed, darling. Tell me, did you see your reflection in my eyes as you drew close with your hand raised? You wouldn't hesitate. Tell me, didn't you hear the fear in my screams as I sounded a plea? Don't hurt me. I'll leave you with just one piece of advice. Don't let this be your demise. You have the power to change. Now that I'm gone, I find I still miss you. Flashbacks to us driving through the moonlit starry night, and then I'm reminded of all the times you said you'd change. Even then, to say, I know we're better off this way. Picking up the memories, pictures of you and me, I see them, I see them. Oh, photographs that held proof of a love experienced, that serve to remind that all fairy tales were a mask. Now my mind and be my own medicine. I was too scared to think any steps ahead, too weak to remember to love myself. It only took me forever to realize that I deserve better. makes you less than, and to put all your pieces together. I know you were made for more than this heartache you've crafted between us. You have the power to change. I'll leave you with this. Now that I've gone, I find I still miss you. Flashbacks to our pressed lips, taking all the sting away. And then I'm reminded of all the times you said you'd change. Even then, they say I know I'm better off this way. Oh, it only took me forever to realize that I deserve better. It only took me forever to realize that